Hey, what's up, everybody? Mystery Schooler here. Back with another presentation. I've got a back-to-back presentation for you today. We just wrapped up with our Firmament of the Earth video. Hope you guys caught that one. Right now, we're going to do Andrew Jackson versus the Bell Witch. Now, this story is where a lot of the inspiration for the Blair Witch comes from. This lady, the Bell Witch. And this is the same witch in the story here. Yeah, Andrew Jackson in this story is a general still, and apparently they're on vacation from fighting the British, and they're gonna go witch hunting now. This is a trip, guys. Stay tuned for this presentation. We're gonna have the only grave in the United States attributed to a ghost, and there's a plaque that talks about this event with Andrew Jackson, and I guess without any further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. This is definitely a weird one, guys, and there's a lot of history behind it. I hope you enjoy. You guys know I appreciate each and every one of you. I guess set up here really quick. All right, now, the story of General Jackson's visit to the witch. Crowds would gather at Bell's family farm. This is where this takes place, guys, the Bell family farm. Many coming a long distance. Mr. Bell would not accept any pay for entertaining, and the imposition on the family became a constant thing. Parties were made up and went prepared for camping out. General Jackson's party came from Nashville with a wagon loaded with a tent, provisions, etc., bent on a good time and much fun investigating the witch. So yeah, it seems like this witch has become kind of a celebrity, and people like to go camping to go see the witch. But according to the story, it's something that just happens when you go there. It's not so much if you see the witch or not. It's like when you see the witch, which is nuts to me, right? Now, here on the right, we have that plaque I was talking to you guys about. I'm going to read the plaque really quick, okay? The plaque, it says, "The Bell Witch. To the north was the farm of John Bell, an early prominent settler from North Carolina. According to legend, his family was harried during the early 19th century by the famous Bell Witch. She kept the household in turmoil, assaulted Bell, and drove off Betsy Bell's suitor. Even Andrew Jackson, who came to investigate, retreated to Nashville after his coach wheels stopped mysteriously. Many visitors to the house saw the furniture crash about them and heard her shriek, sing, and curse." Yeah, so it's very, just like with a lot of stories with these kinds of places, it's very tourist attraction-y, you know. So we could probably write that off to this, but it's still a very interesting story. Sorry, the plot kind of spoiled a bit of it, but it's not a very long one, so try not to cry about it. The men were riding on horseback and were following along in the rear of the wagon as they approached near the place, discussing the matter and planning how they were going to do up the witch if it made an expedition of the pranks as they had heard of. Just then, within a short distance of the house, traveling over a smooth, level piece of road, the wagon halted and stuck fast. The driver popped his whip, whooped and shouted at the team, and the horses pulled with all of their might, but could not move the wagon an inch. It was dead stuck as if it welded to the earth. General Jackson commanded all men to dismount and put their shoulders to the wheels and give the wagon a push. The order was promptly obeyed. The driver laid on the lash, and the horses and men did their best, making repeated efforts, but all in vain. It was no go. So this is interesting, guys, because it says here, the wagon stopped after traveling over a smooth, level piece of road. It seems interesting they specify smooth and level. Like, was this some kind of a magnet we're talking about? Did the chariot have metal wheels of some kind? Was this like some kind of magnet someone was turning on or off or something? Because me personally, I believe old world is actually more advanced than they tell us, so this would make sense. But yeah, as far as this story is concerned, we're talking about a supernatural event. But that was interesting that it specified the smooth, level piece of road. The wagon halted and stuck fast. Anyways, yeah. So if there's Andrew Jackson, they were just talking smack. The witch heard them talking smack that they're going to do this to the witch. The witch can't do smack. They're going to do blah 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 and that blah blah blah. The witch is like, oh yeah, and stops their wagon. Y'all stops it right there. All right, we got Big Chuck in the house, everybody. Welcome, man. Big Chuck says the Bell Witch. Seen the movie and saw Paranormal Investigators. Check it out. Oh, how did that go, Big Chuck? Welcome, man. Good to see you. Big Chuck says witch's curse ain't no joke. Yeah, there's a lot of history in that side of the country with this stuff, man. I wonder if does anyone know where the original farm is anymore, or has it been lost to history? Because this plaque says it's to the north of wherever this is, but I wonder if people still go to the actual location still. That's cool, though. Jeremy Bird says walking demons. Yeah, I think so too, man. In Book of Enoch, it talks about when the Watchers came down here that there were females among them. Some of the fallen were females, so that would explain the whole witch thing. Some of them, huh? Oh, all right. Veritas Trismegistus, welcome. Veritas Trismegistus says, every witch I have ever met has just been a fat, socially awkward chick. Yeah, those are the worst kind, man, because they're the ones that will hurt you, too. Big Chuck says, there is a cave rumored to be the witch's lair. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a weird story, guys. You ever hear this one? Andrew Jackson versus the Bell Witch? I just think it's kind of funny. One of our founding fathers is on his way to go doing some witch hunting. We got a Van Helsing going on. Yeah, we got some witch stuff out here too, but not nearly as much as the East Coast. I'm over here in Vegas. Now, they were so freaked out by this, guys. The wheels were taken off one at a time and examined and found to be all right, revolving easily on the axles. Another trial was made to get away, the driver whipping up the team while the men pushed at the wheels, and still it was no go. All stood off looking at the wagon in serious meditation, for they were stuck. General Jackson, after a few moments' thought, realizing that they were in a fix, threw up his hands, exclaiming, by the eternal, boys, it is the witch. Then came the sound of a sharp, metallic voice from the bushes, saying, all right, General, let the wagon move on. I will see you again tonight. So, yeah, again, I'm going to say technology again, because what's with the metal voice, sharp metallic voice? Are we talking about like someone talking through a loudspeaker or through a loudspeaker or something? What the hell is a sharp metallic voice doing on a witch, right? But yeah, the witch decided to let the wagon go. She said, I'll see you guys later. Take your stupid wagon. This is my hood. You're on my turf now. Witch isn't having none of it. Veritas Trismegistus says it's probably the railroad tracks between the wheels and not a witch. Oh, okay, cool. It's not a witch. Okay, cool. I was wondering. Veritas Trismegistus says not master engineers, I'm thinking. Yeah, that's the mainstream narrative, man, is that back then they were, they couldn't read and they were just, rolling around in the mud and could barely do anything. But I disagree. But yeah, maybe they just couldn't figure out how a wheel turns. It's possible. The men, in bewildered astonishment, looked in every direction to see if they could discover from whence came the strange voice, but could find no explanation to the mystery. General Jackson exclaimed again, by the eternal, boys, this is worse than fighting the British. The horses then started unexpectedly of their own accord, and the wagon rolled along as light and smoothly as ever. Jackson's party was in no good frame of mind for camping out that night. Notwithstanding, one of the party was a professional witch layer. Okay, guys, so they got some Joker with them. He's a witch layer, he's claiming. Yeah, interesting stuff, guys. So one of the people they brought with them to go on this like troll vacation, right, is someone who's claiming to be a witch layer. It reminds me of that video game, The Witcher, right? They brought a witcher with them, bro. His specialty is witching. He's gonna witch the shit out of this thing. Watch, you guys will see. You guys will see. Oops. Just a second, guys. There it is. The witch layer boasted much of his power over evil spirits and was taken along to deal with Kate. So they brought him specifically. They said, "We're going witch hunting. We better bring a witch hunter." Okay, they came prepared. As they called the witch. The whole party went to the house for quarters and comfort, and Mr. Bell, recognizing the distinguishing character of the leader of the party, was lavishing in courtesies and entertainment. But General Jackson was out with the boys for fun witch hunting and was one of them for the time. They were expecting Kate to put in an appearance according to promise, and they chose to sit in a room by the light of a tallow candle waiting for the witch. So this is a pretty interesting scene, guys. We have Andrew Jackson waiting in a dark room, a candlelit room, for a witch to appear. He's got a professional witch hunter with him. He's got he's got a bunch of soldiers with him. What do you guys think? Just what the fuck is going on? Yeah, Veritas. Yeah, witches are hot now, right? Yeah, being a crazy evil person's is hot now or whatever. Yeah, but used to be frowned upon. I get why. Yeah, Big Chuck says, "Sound to me like you're making fun of witches. I used to as well." Well, I do believe the old magic and all that stuff is real. It's just, that stuff's like they went somewhere, didn't they? You know which area freaks me out is New Orleans with that stuff. I should probably cover the cemeteries of New Orleans sometimes. The whole area is crazy. Veritas Trismegistus says, "I am totally making fun of witches." Oh, you better watch out, man. It's gonna be like that movie Hocus Pocus. So yeah, Andrew Jackson's waiting for the witch to appear. Um, the witch lair had a big flintlock army or horse pistol loaded with a silver bullet, which he held steady in hand, keeping a close lookout for Kate. He was a brawny man with long hair, high cheekbones, hawkbill nose, and fiery eyes. He talked much, entertaining the company with details of his adventures and exhibitions of undaunted courage and success in overcoming witches. He exhibited the tip of a black cat's tail about 2 inches, telling how he shot the cat with a silver bullet while sitting on a bewitched woman's coffin, and by stroking that cat's tail on his nose, it would flash a light on a witch the darkest night that ever come. The light, however, was not visible to anyone but a magician. Oh, of course. It's one of those tricks that nobody can see. Right, right. My favorite kind of trick. Yeah, so basically the witch hunter is over here. He's talking all kinds of crap. He could do this, he could do this, right? They're starting to get sick of him in the company already. They're like, all right, already with this. Stories of this dolt. They flattered his vanity and encouraged his conceit, laughed at his stories and called him sage, Apollo, oracle, wisecracker, wiseacre, etc. Yet there was an expectancy in the minds of all left from the wagon experience, which made the mage's stories go well, and all kept wide awake till a late hour, when they became weary and drowsy and rather tired of hearing the warlocks detail his exploits. Old Hickory was the first one to let off tension. He commenced yawning and twisting in his chair. Leaning over, he whispered to the man nearest him, Sam, I'll bet that fellow is an arrant coward. By the eternals, I wish the thing would come. I want to see him run. So some of Andrew Jackson's men are getting sick of him talking crap, and they're like, I wish the witch would come so I could see what a freaking coward this guy is, right? So they're like, we're afraid. We know he's afraid, right? Everybody's getting freaked out at this point. Tensions are running high. They're waiting for the Bell Witch to show up. One of our founding fathers is there. The general did not have long to wait. Presently, perfect quiet reigned, and when he heard a noise like dainty footsteps prancing over the floor, quickly following the same metallic voice heard in the bushes rang out from one corner of the room, exclaiming, All right, General, I am on hand ready for business. And then addressing the witch layer, Now, Mr. Smarty, here I am, shoot. The seer stroked his nose with the cat's tail, leveled his pistol, and pulled the trigger, but it failed to fire. Try again, exclaimed the witch, which he did with the same result. Now it's my turn. Look out, you old coward, hypocrite, fraud. I'll teach you a lesson. So the witch, they're all chilling in the room. The witch shows up. They're like, now, kill him. Kill her. And the gun's not firing. And he's rubbing the cat tail on his nose and nothing's happening, guys. The magic's not working either. Veritas Trismegistus says, witches are the used car salesmen of occult practices. Yeah, right? They're kind of like a DIY Crazy in the Woods version. Witches have nothing to do with witchcraft. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. The next thing, a sound was heard, like that of a boxing with the open hand. Whack, whack, and the oracle tumbled over like lightning had struck him. But he quickly recovered his feet and went capering around the room like a frightened steer, running over everyone in his way, yelling, Oh, my nose, the devil has got me. Oh, Lordy, he's got me by the nose. Suddenly, as if by its own accord, the door flew open and the witch layer dashed out and made a beeline for the lane at full speed, yelling every jump. Everybody rushed out under the excitement, expecting the man would be killed. But as far as they could hear up the lane, he was still running and yelling, Oh, Lordy. So, yeah, the witch dragged him by his nose and dragged him out and kicked him out. Just like, you're not shooting me with that stupid horse pistol. And you're not casting any magic with that stupid cat tail thing you have. You're just a fraud. The witch revealed it for them. So, if anything, the witch is the hero in the story, guys. Jeremy Bird says, I found out the hard way during a paranormal investigation not to demand evil to prove itself. It was my last investigation. Yeah, you don't got to make a believer out of me, bro. I'm 100. There's spirits around us and all that stuff. But you know me, I'm that guy who reads mythology as fact. So I think all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all, bro. It says in Book of Enoch that the Nephilim spirits would stay on Earth until the Day of Judgment. So when you're requesting a spirit or anything to communicate with you, it's usually a Nephilim spirit, and those things were evil as hell. So, yeah, you don't really want to go around inviting stuff, do you? From out of the dark. Veritas Trismegistus says, witches are just a bunch of fat girls from band and drama club compensating for their social rejection by finding a completely surface level group and thinking they are edgy. Yeah, they use it for attention, a lot of girls too, and hey, whatever, man. If that's what they're into. I'm into kinky stuff too. I like the occult and things like that too, just to research, obviously. But yeah, it's become kind of a fad, hasn't it, Veritas? And it's kind of lame because the origins are really fascinating, and and cool. So yeah, we're coming up to the last slide, guys. Thanks for being here, everybody. Finally, Jackson, they say, dropped down on the ground and rolled over and over laughing. By the eternal, boys, I never saw so much in all my life. This beats fighting the British. Okay, cool. Presently, the witch was on hand and joined in the laugh. Lord Jesus, it exclaimed, how the old devil did run and beg. I'll bet he won't come here again with his old horse pistol to shoot me. I guess that's fun enough for tonight, General, and you can go to bed now. I will come tomorrow night and show you another rascal in this crowd. Now, Old Hickory was anxious to stay a week, but this party had enough of that thing. No one knew whose turn would come next, and no inducements could keep them. They spent the next night in Springfield and returned to Nashville the following day. So they pieced out, guys. They were out of there. They said, oh, we're not staying for a week of this nonsense. This witch thing is crazy, right? Yeah, that's the end, guys. That's Andrew Jackson versus the Bell Witch. What do you guys think? Veritas Trismegistus says, I like the occult too. All these people know is so exoteric. Yeah, and doesn't esoteric mean hidden? Oh no, that's what occult means. Yeah. Esoteric. That's like Veritas says that's why I can't take them seriously. Yeah, man. I mean, we have such a filtered version of the truth anymore. I mean, what are you even going to go off of, right? By these people, I mean the witch larpers and low and satanists, etc. Yeah, that surface level crap is not impressive to me, man. People drinking dog blood and stuff like that in the woods, and I don't know what the hell you guys are doing. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. What did you guys think about Andrew Jackson versus the Bell Witch, huh? It's a weird story, that's for sure. And if anyone lives in the area, take a camera. It'd be great to watch some. I watched some paranormal investigation videos from that area. You probably get a lot of hits. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. God bless. Have a nice night, okay?